Okay. All right. So as a little bit of a preview, let me just open up some files here real quick, and we'll share this screen. So let's talk about SEO first and some of what we're going to be doing inside of the SEO side of things. Then we'll look at email and what we're going to be doing there. And then the last piece will be the YouTube ads. Doug and Brian want to get a hold of what do we need to do as soon as possible to start running some of the ads that we'd like to test out. Right now, I believe we have some YouTube scripts, and the goal was to take some of those scripts and then produce the YouTube ads using a combination of either footage we provide or potential AI animation or content wherever we can get that done. So Sid, do you guys currently have anyone in house that is getting proficient with doing AI animation using either Suno or Nanobanana or any one of these other LLMs?
Yes, so we've been trying to use the AI, and there's Mike Gain who's typically not present during the nights, and I'll try that he's present as well. Mm-hmm. But he gets more into images, media graphics, video editing, using AI for the videos, and we've created a few. So he's learning more of prompting as well with me, and
Okay.
initially go towards that as well if that is needed.
Do you guys have any samples that Doug and Brian can look at from tests that he's done before?
You're just talking about creating the video or ads?
Well, ads. Well, I mean, we want to create YouTube ads that'll run on YouTube itself, right? So does your teammate have any examples of tests he's done in the past or things that he might be working on?
Specifically for just like YouTube campaigns?
It could be anything really. I mean, it's just video. We want to see what he's capable of so far.
I can send you the sample videos tomorrow.
Okay.
That's fine.
All right, that sounds good.
If you want, I can go through past a few of my other clients' campaigns, YouTube campaigns that I've run before.
Yeah, if you want, we can take a look at a couple of those because I know Doug and Brian are extremely interested in getting started with that.
Yeah.
Can you cue those up real quick while we're talking in the background?
Okay, give me those.
All right, while you're doing that, Sid, I'm going to queue up for the team what we're going to be doing inside of the SEO space. How do I share my screen here? So share window. Are you guys seeing a notepad spreadsheet?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so Sid and I have already gone through this. Doug, myself, and Brian have already gone through this. Shipra, this is mostly for your education. Paul, you can also keep an eye on this as well too, because as we create more of the content, we'll probably need you to be a little bit more ready to create a lot of these pages on the fly and just upload them directly to our WordPress site. Our Shopify site, because part of what we're doing here is we have 5 standalone product websites, right, for individual products, and what we're doing is migrating that content, the majority of it, to a Shopify store or Shopify site, and because we want to start ranking much more in the LLMs like ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity, what we're having to do is take some of the old content, reformat it slightly, and get a little bit more granular. And what that means, I mean, I don't know if they use that term, if Indians use that term, more specifically, but we want to get more detailed. We want to go a lot longer tail with the keywording and the content, because as you guys probably know, that's how Chat and Perplexity and Gemini, that's how they provide answers. It's more about the answer engine SEO as opposed to just the search engine functionality, the copy and the content, and all that stuff, depending on your brand or whatever that might be. But that's what we're going to be using. So if you're, every 6 months, what I go in and do is I look at the universe of keywords as it relates to a soft start, which is the primary product that our brand offers, and I go through all the keywords, and then what I do is I start classifying them Okay, which keywords are more for the soft start RV, and you'll see these are abbreviations for our products. We have, if you look at the bottom here, my tab, you'll see we have SSRV for the soft start RV. We have the SS Up for our soft start up product. We have the SS Home for our soft start home product. SS Marine, which is for our marine or boat product. And then we have the newest of our products, which is the SSW, or the soft start well pump, that is for residential well pumps. Now, Sid, you and I talked about what the well pumps are, I believe, in the past. You can go a little bit deeper with Shipra and with Paul regarding those, or I can give you guys some links to learn a little bit more about what residential well pumps are. But you guys can go about that separately. I don't want to use up too much of our time here today. But essentially, guys, these are our 4 products in the sequence within which they were created and launched. Okay? Now, in the process of doing these keywords, you can start seeing patterns, and you guys know this, so I'm not going to go too long in this, but you can start seeing patterns. So this is for the product page, but then when you start seeing keywords that say install, that tells us or telegraphs to us we probably need a page or a couple of pages that relate to installing the product, because the more we can rank for any answers around these topics, the more traffic that we're going to get. Okay, so install is one of those buckets. Single phase, our product is a soft start, but if you were to go more granular or more deeply, we are a single phase soft start as opposed to a 2-phase or double phase soft start, or what's called also a 3-phase soft start. We want to make sure that we're differentiating our product as deeply as possible from what else is out there in the real world. Okay, we'll also come across topics that are blog topics, and you'll see that that's where I've begun putting these in here. So do you guys see where I'm going? Paul and Kate, just say yes or no. Do you see where I'm going with understanding and using the keywords to tell what our content needs to be like?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Paul? Okay, good. Now, one of the things that we uncovered this year as I was doing the research was that a lot more people are looking for the product in relation to the brand name of the AC that they're using. What our soft start does is it goes inside, or it connects to an AC or an air conditioner unit inside of the home, inside of the boat, in an RV, or in the well pump. So a lot of people, what they want to know most of all is, what is the right product for the AC unit or the well pump that I have? Hence the reason you'll see some of the keywords are Carrier soft start. Carrier in the US is a large brand of AC units or air conditioner appliances that are out there. You'll see Coleman Mach, you'll see Dometic, you'll see Hutch Mountain, you'll see Train, you'll see several different names, and I've already started breaking these out for us. But one of the big reasons why you guys are helping us with a lot of the SEO moving forward, or let's call it the AEO moving forward, is to create content en masse for the individual brands plus soft start or soft start kit or any of these other keywords that we notice up here that people are searching for. Okay, so again, we're going to be doing a lot of very long tail content work that's going to look somewhat similar, okay, but we're going to try and make them, those pages, each individual page, as unique as possible to train or educate, okay, the LLMs, so that we can show up more inside of those searches when someone, ask a question using the, the ChatGPT app, or if someone is using Alexa or Siri or any of these other, apps out there. We want to start. I'm sorry.
Sheldon.
Yes.
Sheldon, can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
I know you're doing a really, really, really good job here in deep diving, but some of this stuff is going over my head.
Okay.
Maybe it's not all being absorbed by Prem.
No. They know what we're talking about. I'm just kind of mapping this whole thing out. Yeah.
I mean, are we recording this? Is there a laundry list of what they need to do? Do they know the top 4 products in order?
I am recording this, so they'll have this to go over several times.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
See.
This is not a one and done thing, and we'll meet probably a couple more times this week so they can get everything. Any other questions or anything like that?
It sounds like an awful lot of information for them to absorb on the first go round.
Well, this is just a kickoff meeting, and we'll have a couple more, like I said, during the week to go deeper and more granular. So yeah.
Okay.
Is there anything that you guys want to share with them specifically, or did you not want to go this deep? Talk to me.
Are you talking to me or Sid?
Yeah, no, you, Brian.
No. I'm fine with it
Oh.
all. I'm just not sure that Prem and Shipra are, getting everything you're saying. That's my concern.
Well, no, we've gone through projects like this before.
You understand that right now there's like broad view of what we need to do, but there'll be of course more calls after this. And
Right.
Kate and I'm going to be in the middle of everything. So Kate and I am going to work on those specific things that Sheldon is right now discussing, and
Okay.
Paul and I is going to work on the email, the design, and more of the dev work. So I did not get a chance to brief Chipra as of now because Sheldon and I had a call over the weekend. But yes, once we have these 2-3 calls, you'll be through the entire tasks.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I also have a couple of documents, guys, Brian and Doug. I have a couple of documents that will brief them deeper on like what the product is, how they work. I have links to videos so they can learn a little bit more about where the product goes, how to use it, and all that stuff. So we're kind of walking into everything in a very, very stair-step way. They'll be fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Please proceed.
we're prepared. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Is there anything that you guys want to add as we're talking about this stuff, Brian?
No.
Okay. All right. So, again, these guys, they understand what SEO is. It's about keywords and content. What we're trying to do is just go a lot more granular. And this document here, which I'll share with them, is kind of a prep file that'll show them, well, for each of the products, as you see down here in green, what are some of the keywords and some of the topics that we'll be talking about, okay? And every topic obviously converts to a page, an actual page that goes on the website to rank for a keyword. Now, guys, while we were doing our research recently, what we also figured out was people started asking a lot more for the kits, okay? Because when they get our product, oftentimes it comes with the product and a little packet of installation accessories, such as a crimper tool. It'll come with, screws, ties, all these different things. So sometimes people will refer to it as a kit. Okay, so as you can see, there's a lot of search volume for some of these. So again, this is why we need pages that are specifically talking about the AC, meaning air conditioner soft start kit. As you can see, not only are they using one single keyword, but they're also searching the long tail keyword, and it's getting about the exact same searches. But if you think about it, people are paying almost 75 cents to get one click for this keyword. So it's clearly very, very important. So we want to have a category added to the page, added to the website that talks about just central AC soft start kits. And then under each of this category here, we'll have a page for every one of the brands of the AC units out there. That way we cover the entire universe of possibilities of someone searching for a Ream, which is a brand name, AC soft start kit, or a Ream soft start kit, if that makes sense, okay? Sorry guys. Okay, now this is a keyword that people that are, let's say, consumers or homeowners might be using to search for the product, okay? So we want to have those pages there. But there are professionals, okay? People that are air conditioner installers, people that are resellers, people that are distributors, okay? And retailers. The way that they would sometimes search for the soft start kit is they would call it an HVAC, or heating, ventilation, air conditioning soft start kit. These pages here, they will attract the professionals, the companies that want to partner with us to resell our product. Does that make sense, Sid? Sid? I didn't hear you.
Sorry, that makes sense.
I'm sorry, one more time.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. And again, for the benefit of Paul and for Kate, we have clients that are partners in the industry, like retailers, like installers, that will buy the product from us wholesale and then sell it to their customers. As you can see, there's a certain amount of search volume there, which again, it makes it very, very profitable for us to be able to have content for those people, not just the end user or the homeowner. Okay. Now, you'll also see we have installing keywords. Again, there are several different videos or several different pages where we will have how to install this product or these products, on a ream AC unit or a train AC unit or a carrier AC unit. Again, these will be different combinations of brand names and installing a soft start kit just to go after some of these keywords. Now, this one here shows just that, but RV AC soft start install, okay? 200 searches, almost $1 in, click. So as you can see, there's value in us having pages for someone that wants to install, an RV AC soft start and any of the brand names of RV AC conditioning units that are used on an RV. Okay, so this is the kit universe that we could be creating content pages for. Okay, so brand name, compressor. Okay, this is another bucket of keywords that we saw beginning to be searched more. Now, a compressor, and you guys will get it when you're doing your homework on the product, you'll learn more about this, but a compressor is a part of an AC system, an air conditioning system. Some of the professionals in the industry, they ask for a compressor soft start. Again, the way that we find those individuals or let those individuals find us is by having a page that targets each of these keywords connected to or appended with the brand name. So an example would be carrier compressor soft start, or train compressor soft start, or ream compressor soft start. Okay, so again, as we're seeing, we're creating clusters. And Kate, you've done SEO, you've done content, you understand what clusters are, correct?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Paul, you understand that as well too, correct?
Correct.
Right, so they're simply categories of pages
Yes.
that are highly related to each other, and what they do is create authority in our brand. Now, Doug, you sent me a video from a guy named Kasim Aslam. I've known that guy for years in terms of his content, what he put out there. Last week, I spoke to both you and Brian about the formula for getting into the LLMs. Well, I saw him on another podcast talking about this, hence the reason I got that PDF. Okay, so we're on the same page there, and again, this is why we're going granular and very detailed and very brand related with our content, because we want to rank for any combination of brand and or any of these keywords that someone might voice search or type into ChatGPT, at any point in time, or any of the LLMs at any point in time. Okay, so again, we broke it down to kits here because we saw these keywords prevailing. Now, some of our products enable a generator to start the person's air conditioning unit. The Soft Start RV does that, the Soft Start Up does that, and the Soft Start Well Pump and well, actually, pretty much almost all of our products, I believe, enable a generator to power the person's air conditioning unit, or in the case of the Soft Start Well Pump, their water pump. Okay, so this will be another cluster of content that we break out, where the most popular generators that are being used in an RV situation or powering a home during a power outage or any one of these devices here, we're going to be creating a cluster for that as well too. So this is why we're going down that road. As you can see, every keyword that becomes big starts off small. Well, we believe we're at the start of what could be in a year or 2 years, keywords that are 1,000 searches or more. We want to be there ahead of time, and we also want to be considered the authority because we've got a page for almost every combination of generator name or generator brand plus soft start, like that. So here, so it'd be Energizer soft start, okay, or Honda soft start, whatever that combination may be. Again, we talk about installing. As you can see, here are all those keywords. Capacitor. This is another bunch of keywords that we're noticing a lift in right now. So we're going to be creating keywords and combinations for any brand name product, okay, whether it's the air conditioning unit or a generator, and we'll type it, amended with soft start capacitor. Again, these are starting small, but we want to be there in the engines, okay, 1 year from now, 2 years from now, when there are 1,000 searches each of these. Okay, so just to clarify, Sid and the team, are you guys clear on what we're going to be doing as it relates to the clusters we're building out, and then the type of content that we need so far, just very generally?
Yes.
Okay.
So Sheldon, are we going to put in place some kind of, when everybody's up to speed, a from to, so we can track progress?
Yeah. we'll have a spreadsheet, and I'll have Sid break out the spreadsheet, or he'll build it out in a way that they work with internally, and we'll outline all of the topics, or at least what we can see for now, and then have updates on what's started, what's in progress, all the pieces, and then when they're completed. And that'll be shared with the entire team. Okay? Stop calling me. Okay, now.
Any question?
Yeah, sorry, Sid, go ahead.
I was asking Kate, any questions? Shipra?
No, sir.
So just on top of that, so this is whatever the cluster that Sheldon is doing, we are of course going to grow that, and then moving forward, we'll have detailed tasks of what we need to do, and we're going to create those SOPs as well.
Yeah.
Yes, Sheldon?
Exactly. So in terms of SOPs, I've already kind of broken out some of those, and I'll give you guys 4 documents today that will give you some guidelines as to what will go on the pages, or at least some of the ideas for content blocks that will go on the pages. Okay, and we've broken that out in 4 different buckets for now, for the soft start home, the soft start RV, soft start up, and soft start welcome. So the soft start RV is probably the earliest to look at. You guys are still seeing my screen, correct?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so this is just a preview of what we'll be putting on some of these pages, okay? So, Advent Air, the brand name, their model numbers, okay? We'll talk about things like, as we go down here, how we set up our URL structure. And Brian, Doug, Shipra, Kate, and Paul, and as well as Sid, they understand all these things because they matter into, how we get ranked. Starts off with what your URL structure looks like, and the more organized, the more logical that it is for a crawler, which is the software that comes to your website, grabs your information, and then takes it back to ChatGPT or Gemini. All these things need to be handled. So, top thing is your URL structure. Then we have your H1 tag. How is that labeled? Here's a guide for that. Obviously, we are going to create a product video that will go on every one of these pages, and I'll be handling, some of that along with an internal person. His name is Danny. He's one of our head tech teams. I'll be working with him to get some of the snippets that will go in the copy. But Shipper and Paul will be, in charge of getting some of the, let's say this is like boilerplate content, and then using, chat or another LLM to make it slightly different than every other page. But this is like what we will build our page like. A nice H1, the right URL structure, some technical details of the model of AC unit or generator or whatever the well pump might be that will go on the page. Then we'll have things like compatibility. Okay, here's some topics or answers that they can answer to write more of that copy that will go on that page. Any problems that they can do a quick search and find on the web again. All these things are building relevance to the top layer product, brand, air conditioner or whatever it might be. And again, if there are replacement options, we can put that on there. But again, Shipra and Paul, as well as Sid, they understand the logical flow of the copy and content that goes on the page. And this here is just a skeleton. It's a template, right? Shipra, are you seeing what I'm building out here?
Yes.
Okay, and you see the logic behind why we go from the top in a very, very boilerplate way, from the URL to the H1 to the H2s, then potential copy that can go inside of each of those blocks, and then that's pretty much it. We just rinse and repeat as we go through every single model, every single page. What we'll probably end up doing, Sid, I was thinking about that same spreadsheet that Brian was talking about. We can build out one of these, and let me blow this up a little bit. So we can build out a spreadsheet, something like this, for the clusters, where we talk about the brand, the series, model, BTUs, whether it's got a heat pump or not. Like this could be the header for that content project document, and we can fill in these things to help you guys out initially, and then as you start writing the content, writing the copy, you can fill in the other pieces, which will be, okay, the page is started, we've got the copy done, each of the blocks, we have images on there, the video's up, and now we launch the page, move on to the next project, right? So we can work on building out that spreadsheet together, but we'll build out some of these in that document for you right away as well too. Okay. I'll also have keywords added to this as well, so that Shipra and or Paul will have the keyword set for each page that they know to work in there. Guys, Doug and Brian, so I use a tool called Page Optimizer Pro that helps me see whether or not we have the right amount of keywords in the right places, on a page to get it ranked. Sid has already used that tool, and we'll be using that where they can brainstorm the actual copy that'll go in there, but also have it tell us how SEO optimized it is from 1 to 100. They'll be able to handle all that stuff in there. Okay, so they won't have to be. They're not going to be starting from scratch. They've already used the tool that I use myself to tell whether or not a page is ready for show on the website. Okay, and we'll be able to check that off to make sure it is 100% or as close to 100% optimized for Google, okay, and or YouTube before it goes live. All right.
So Sheldon, going back to the AI engines,
Yep.
we've got several engines, right? So we're going to go in each one and type in simple words like soft start and see where or if we're ranked in any of the AI engines, correct?
Yep.
Do we have a list of those that we can check on them?
We'll have to create a list of those. We don't have a list right now, but what we'll do is start just with the combinations we have here, and then maybe check off, okay, in Chat, in Gemini, in Perplexity, where they land. But we'll have to create.
Claude, Grok, Chat, Gemini, Perplexity. There's 6. I mean, there's a few more, but certainly we need to be in the top few.
Right, exactly. Now, we'll have to get a tool to do all that tracking literally live, because as you can see, if they had to go through 6 searches, and again, they're in India, so what they see will be different than what we see here. We'll have to look for a tool that does that automatically, much like how I have my keyword ranking tool. We'll need to look for one that's a little bit more robust, and I asked Sid to take a look at those, and he'll have an answer for us probably by the end of the week as to what's the best tool to do that, because if we had them go through and look at this every week, this will still be a monstrous job, across 6 engines for each of these.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
So yeah, we're going to be looking at rank tracking too, for sure. All right, so this is just the page that here is for SoftStart RV. As you guys saw, I built out a similar document for for 4 of the other products. Okay, SoftStart Marine we don't do a whole lot in, and that might become absolutely last in terms of the content lineup. But these are the 4 most important products that we have right now. Okay, so I'll pass these documents on to your team, Sid, at the tail end of the call, as well as that document that I said I was putting together with product links to videos, so that they can get much more acquainted with the products themselves. And if they have any questions, what we can do is on one of our next meetings, we can go through all those questions that they might have. Okay? And I am, again, recording this session here so you guys can go through this at your leisure. Okay?
Okay.
So any questions here so far, guys?
I'm good on that. 8.
No.
Paul, do you have any questions? Or are you?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right, good. Okay, so are you guys ready to take to shift into the YouTube side of things real quick? Sid, did you have a chance to get any of
Let
those
me share
videos
my-
up? Yep. So I'm gonna stop sharing, and you can go ahead and share when you're ready, Sid.
So these are 4 of. This one is Little Artist. So they have an art studio in Singapore, right? We've not been doing so much of video campaigns, but once a while we ran. So there are summer holiday campaigns for them, right? So that's the peak season when there's holidays for the students, and this is the kind of video that we did for them. I'm not playing the voice. I'll show you the statistics as well. Hello?
Yeah, we're here.
Okay. So that's one of those videos, right?
Actually, Sid, can you do me a favor? The URL of this this ad, can you put it in the chat, and then we can watch it on our own, so we can hear the audio. So Doug Bryan, that URL is the actual video that would be running.
Okay.
And we can look at that separately, but this is just an example of the quality of video content they can put out.
So one other that I wanted to show you is, so I came into halfway here. So there are like 2 or 3 types of videos, right? It's not like all of them you need to upload on YouTube. It's like you can directly upload on Google Ads engine, right? And they run it for you, right? So recently we had, the past November we had Black Week.
Right.
So I'm not sure if I'll be able to share this, but so if you think of this, I'll just pause it for now. This video, the middle video, was given to us, right? The photo shoots were given to us, right? But the rest of it, we created.
So the graphics and everything else.
The graphics, the combination of the titles and the animation of the logo and all of that. Are you seeing it or no?
No,
Yeah.
we can see it.
Huh?
Yeah, no,
Yes.
we can see it fine. Okay, so Sid, you have the ability, if we were to give you, let's say, clips, right, of a video.
Yeah, so what I wanted to show you, the third one, which is the most extensive kind of a thing which we are running for them. Now this one is a kind of, I do not want to say an amusement park, but they are kind of an indoor kids play area, right?
Yeah.
It's right here in Delhi. We built the website for them and everything, and we are still running Google Ads for them.
Mm-hmm.
And because there was a holiday season over here, there's like Valentine's Week and Republic Day and all of that, right? We extensively run their many of the campaigns through ads. One second, this is through ads. So these are all the you can see like 1, 2, 3, 4, ad 7, ad 8, ad 5. So we did a lot of testing for them, right? Many of them you'll see pause, and many of them you'll see that we've kind of got like, we've not even spent like this one, you can see 77,000 engagements with an average cost of 0.05. So that's nothing, like for $60. But again, that's India, right?
Right.
For $60, we got 77,000 interactions and 140,000 impressions on YouTube itself.
So
right?
Sid, could you define what YouTube looks at as what's an impression, and then what's an engagement? Can you define those?
So while you're seeing, so let's say someone is seeing a video, or someone is seeing a video on YouTube specifically for travel, right? And let's say they are typing in something related to a road trip around, let's say, Yellowstone, right? Road trip around, right? Or let's say they are finding something about RV car parks. I guess there's a separate place for RV parking area, right? And in many of these national parks, I went to a few of them. So let's say someone is seeing a video. So in between the video that they're seeing, and if they do not have a YouTube Premium account, you would notice that there's an ad that comes up in between.
Right.
Sometimes that ad is not skippable. Okay. Sometimes it is skippable, right? Also, but it is skippable after 15 seconds.
Right.
Right? And then interaction is basically that someone still clicked on the video and went to a landing page or a form or anything else. Right? The good thing about YouTube is that comparing to the other types of campaigns, which is ad campaigns of particularly targeting a keyword, a key phrase, and then setting those up. Then there's a second one, which is performance. which is kind of an automatic keyword campaign, right? There's control. I mean, by control, I mean that when I'm running a campaign, I can control 3 or 4 things, right? One is for each of the key phrase, whether it needs to be a broad term. Let's say broad term is soft and RV. If anyone is typing in, let's say even a sentence on Google, right? But if the word soft and RV, it does not need to be together. It can be anywhere within that sentence, right? We show the ad.
Okay.
So that's broad term keyword targeting, right?
So again,
Then,
so Sid, one second, just to clarify things. So if we were running, like I said, only YouTube ads, we have the ability to target by keywords. Is that correct?
no. For YouTube, no.
Right. Okay. So we're only interested in YouTube. So basically,
Okay.
so to run the ads on
Only
YouTube.
YouTube, what will happen is, let's say I'll give him the keyword themes, let's say destinations or RV parks, and in that sense, Google's engine is pretty nice on, who to show what, right? Or to a relatable content. But the good part about YouTube is that for less amount of dollars, we'll at least get our branding done.
Right.
And let's say if there are conversions happening, right, we'll be able to test out multiple videos, whether they are in short form, meaning whether it's just a 15-second quick video, like one of these, right? Because many of times, and then there can be a bigger video, like you see this one, which is 1 minute, 35 seconds. Right? So they can be both long and short videos, and there can also be a long video which is horizontal, and then there are short videos like in a portrait mode, but which is known as YouTube Shorts.
Right.
So we can do an A/B testing on all of them.
So let me just share with you what I believe Doug and Brian would like to do inside of YouTube ads. It's one, short form, so 30 seconds max, I would think, or around there. And, the first 5 seconds, we would write the script as well as the remaining 25 seconds. But our biggest goal is to start testing what kind of interrupt or initial, like the hook or the beginning of the message would get the most, engagements. Again, meaning people hit they don't hit the skip button, but they hit the see more or learn more or shop now or whatever that call to action is. That's one of the things we want to start testing certain messages to see where do we get those engagements the most. Then once we've gotten a couple of ones that get good qualified clicks, then we want to start focusing on the remainder 25 seconds of the message, which educates but also gets someone to click to a landing page, right? As well as take another action. So that's initially what we'd like to start doing. What would be the best way for us to start doing that with you? Sid?
I'm thinking, one is that if we have the video script ready, I'm not sure we're on that, right?
We have a couple of video scripts ready to go.
So I will only need the access to the Google Ads, Google Tag Manager to see if the scripts are fine and we are tracking the conversions, and then I can set those up.
But can you help create the videos if we have the scripts?
So if you remember, like saying, you give me this piece of video, to join them.
Right. So
we can do that.
Okay. No, I mean, can you generate the entire video, or should we? Is it best that we create the videos and give you the combinations, and then you just run the ads? Which is like.
So again, two types of things, right? If it's purely AI, or let's say if it's purely an amalgamation of different set of photos that we can take off web,
right, then
I can completely do it, right?
Okay.
However, I also think that if there are a few natural shots where now this is my mind and where I can, we can even research this more. If Soft Start has an authority over there, right? You've been there in business since so long, right? I believe that there should be a person who's just sitting there. We record the video and just an intro about who we are, right? We mix that with whatever we can take from AI, and I think that's how the script should go.
Okay.
Because whenever we are showing a face, right? I think a lot of credibility comes through it.
Right.
In an instant that that this is this is the guy who I've been looking for, right? And he's just over here in Florida, and this is the company who's been there for so long. So I believe we can do some kind of a video scripting, maybe a longer one, and maybe we can then use it, of course, however we want to. But I feel that there needs to be one video for specifically for, Brian and Doug or you who is telling about the company and everything. Rest of it, let's say we're talking about easy installation of plug and play, right? I think just that part where the video shoot is of, how easy it is, right?
Right.
Just video part I'll need, and rest I think we can use AI and everything else.
Okay, and if we give you the script, can you guys generate not the intro, but the remaining, let's say 20 to 25 seconds of that standard, storyline?
Yeah, you can send me a test job and I'll try to do that.
Okay, good, because that'll save us a little bit of time.
It's good at it because I think once we'll have the first draft, then we'll get the changes.
Right.
We'll improve that prompt engineering, and we'll of course get to know the flavor or the brand guidelines more of, this is how you want it or this is how you like, right? So whenever it comes to content or let's say writing, even videos, right, or graphics, it's kind of a 15 days, 20 days kind of a thing where we get to know how the client wants it typically, right? Because nothing is wrong or right. It's all about what makes sense as brand guidelines. Yeah?
So just to shortcut the time that it's going to take, Doug's already volunteered to do the intro, the video of him talking about the product or just that intro. And then what we'll do is we'll take the script, we'll create our version of what we think that remainder of the video should be, the remaining 20 to 25 seconds. And then that'll be like a template for you guys. But what we'd like to do is, after we start these tests, we'd like to look at how else can you guys create other versions or improve upon what we have in terms of the look, the styling, the whatever else.
See this one, right? This is how a typical YouTube shorts, right, is being, and we can add, even in short, we can add up to, more video to that, right? But what I first wanted to know was the product page, is that ready?
Yeah.
Is the tracking set up over there, right? If not, I can set that up, right?
Right.
These are the call to actions, the headlines, and then this is a group of different ads. So you can see ad 4, right? I have like 8 or 9 videos playing in the same campaign just to test out, which one is working, which one is not working, right?
Right.
And then if you see this one, there's an asset optimization, which is get vertical versions of your videos. This YouTube or Google already does it automatically for many. So you see, this was the original video.
Right.
And then what it did was this is their own AI. We do not need to do that, right? But they do ask the video to be in a specific kind of a frame, right? And they take the center of it, kind of. That's what I'm guessing. Right? But if this is the whole video, this is an enhanced video that it does automatically, which people can see on mobile.
Right, on mobile, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so let's talk about targeting, right? We already have a couple ideas for channels that we would like our YouTube ads to run on because, being in the industry this long, we know our competitors, we know some of the, the influencers in the industry. How do we provide that to you? Is that just a spreadsheet of those videos or the channels? How do we handle that?
What do you want me to do for them? Do you want me to check through the videos and see which one's good for running a campaign, or do you want me to?
Well, no, this initial list of those ads or those channels that we would like our videos run on their content. Do we give you the individual video URLs, or do we just give you the channels that we like the ads to run on? What's the best way to handle that?
In the individual video URL.
The individual video URLs. Okay. Now, is it just the URLs, or do you need keywords and topics too for to set up the ads? Because I don't know.
No. You can send, but I think that video would specifically be about that certain topic. I can take it from the video itself.
Okay.
Or if you want to give the heading, you can as well. That's okay.
Okay.
I'm okay either way.
All right. To start off these campaigns, how big of a list of these video URLs should we give you?
Oh,
Like, what's a good starting amount?
are these all about same product or different products?
So, I believe we're going to start off with the soft start up. So that's going to be mostly RV related. So, yeah.
And we have the landing page already ready to move on, or are we doing that as of now?
So we have.
Also, because.
So I believe we
Go
have a
ahead.
landing page we can create by doubling another one that we're running a radio campaign on, but that shouldn't take us more than a day or so.
So I think for one product for now to start with, if you do not want to, let's say, start on even a very heavy budget, for one product, we can have 2 or 3 videos, and then per product. And then out of those 3, we can pick a winner and we can run them for 15 days.
Okay, and what's a good budget to start off with testing?
Because again, I've never seen your ads dashboard. If it's a fresh one or something, I would at least say we can start off with $10 a day per video,
Okay.
and then see what the reach is.
Okay, so if we're testing 3 potential videos, it's $30 a day.
Yes, and we tested within like 5, 7, 8 days. After Google algorithm already learns a bit more,
Right.
We see which one is working. It is also possibly true that they're not spending $10 at all on those, right? On a few of them,
Right.
So we kind of know what's working and what not working for us. But after the 15th day, we can safely say, okay, that these 2 are not working, or let's say we can pick a winner, or even if we want to fight between 2, we can pause one of them and then we can run the 2 of them, the 2 videos for the next 15 days.
Okay.
So that's how you typically shorten out, which one's working and what is not working for us. The other thing that comes into testing while you're doing this is the landing page itself.
Right. So,
so-
in the funnel, we want to test first the videos, the intros that'll get the most targeted people to click across. The second thing we test would be the actual remainder of the video, like how far can we get them down to go to actually click to the landing page, and then after we've got the right combination of intro and remainder of the video to get the right amount of clicks, then we'll test the landing page. But we'll do that last.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't want to have too many combinations where it can get confusing. We want to start with the right hook, then the right entire video, the right click button, to the landing page.
Yeah.
Okay. Sid, do you have any ideas in terms of like what's the max amount of, let's say, video combinations we should be testing at any one point in time, or can we?
I think per product, just to keep it simple, like you said, per product, 3 videos should be good enough.
Okay. Doug, Brian, do you guys have any input or any questions to ask of Sid regarding this?
If we think that those 3, maybe I need to crop one of them, or maybe we need to put a vertical version of it, right? We can do that, but we'll try to keep it to 3.
Okay.
Yep, good. I'm good.
Okay. All right. Good. Okay. All right. So that was the YouTube side of things. Let's now switch over to the email side of things. Are you guys comfortable with doing that now?
Yep.
Okay.
I've got a hard stop, Sheldon. I got to jump on with a bank.
Yeah.
So you can handle it without me. I'm going to have to leave.
Yeah.
Thanks,
No worries.
Sid. Thanks, guys.
Yep. Thanks for jumping on, Brian.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Doug, are you jumping off too, or are you staying on?
No, I'm here.
Okay, good. All right, so let me start sharing my screen again. Let me know when you guys can see it, okay? Give me 1 second. I gotta open up some pages here. Okay. So, our brand has been around for about 8 years, and we've done quite a bit of testing with different kinds of email, that would go out to our list of folks that have subscribed. The challenge that we had in the last couple of years was we've always had a headless solution, which is a WordPress top, okay, or a WordPress, visible part of the site. But then we also used our backend cart was Shopify. So there was always a bit of a disconnect when someone would go to our WordPress site, and I'll give you an example of what that is now. So our first brand was Soft Start RV. Okay, this is the current standalone website. This is the Soft Start RV. This is the Soft Startup. Are you guys still seeing the website here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Good. So this was our this is the probably 6th or 7th version of this website, but we use WordPress as the top. But when you were to click on buy,
I think this is the one that Paul and I did.
yeah, actually,
Right.
I think so.
Yeah.
Right. So at least you guys understand what that is. So decline the offer. And now they're in Shopify for the back end of the cart. So sometimes, or actually the majority of the times, when people would go ahead and complete the sale, for some reason or another, it would not automatically opt them in to our list, okay, for to get marketing after the sale. So as a result, inside of Klaviyo, we only have about 8,000 people that are opted in, even though we've got probably much more than about 60 to 70,000, sales that we've done, or customers that we've done over the past 7 years. Okay, so inside of Klaviyo, we have again about 7,000 people we can go out to with our campaigns, and we'll go into those in a minute. But I just want to give you guys a lay of what we have in front of us. Inside of Klaviyo, we have about 7,000 people we can email to who have opted in to receive those messages. Now, the other remaining, 60 to 70,000 people or so that bought a product, some of them were Amazon, some of them were, again, e-com clients that did not opt in. So we need to find a way to get to them. And of course, we did not want to damage our domain, our email domain reputation by just sending cold messages to them. So the method that we've been using to go out to those folks is we downloaded them, we added them to an active campaign account, and we have them here, and we go out to them with, cold messaging here. You'll see we have old SoftStart USA list. We have about 21,000 of those people that we email them the same messaging or a similar message to what we're sending to our current subscribed clients inside of Klaviyo. All right, so Sid, does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay, so Klaviyo, these are subscribed people that have opted into messaging, and inside of Active Campaign, these are folks that did not opt in or they could not opt in because they weren't prompted to when they were completing the sale. So those are the two buckets that we email out of. Every campaign that we create goes to both customers in Klaviyo and customers that we have inside of Active Campaign. Okay, and
Usually these are duplicate campaigns, or is it like totally different content or totally different,
they're
tone of
duplicate campaigns, right? So I'll show you one of the campaigns here. So this is one that we just started sending today. And usually when I send out a campaign, I drip out the campaign throughout the day. Why? Because some people at the beginning of their day, what do? Start cleaning out their emails, and what are they doing? Delete. So we don't want to send emails, all of our emails, before people get in the office or before people sit down at their desk at their home to do their work and just delete. We usually drip it out, a couple of hours at a time throughout the entire day. So for, this campaign that just went out today, okay, which is, our spring early bird campaign, where we're offering a certain dollar discount on every one of the 5 products. And again, we'll go through the templates separately, but we usually drip out to them throughout the entire day. We always have a timer on our sales. We usually try to stick to 1 to 2 days max, because when we tested 3 or more days, what we found is people save the email and they rarely ever complete the sale, which is why we always start with 2 days or less. Okay, and what we'll do is when we send out this email today, I'm sorry, go ahead. Did anyone say anything?
No.
Okay. Typically when we send out the email today, this counter is counting down, we'll still send out a reminder about 24 hours before the sale is over. Okay? So that's how we usually use urgency to get people to, at least take the offer seriously, even though we're going to send them another offer probably the very next week. And again, these are people that have already bought from us. What we're inviting them to do is buy a second unit or buy a gift unit for someone they know. And what we've also learned is that for certain of our products that might be installed or wired up into the AC unit of the customer, like the Soft Start RV, some people have 2 or 3 AC units on their roof, meaning they'll need a second and a third to run those other air conditioning units. Okay? Aside from that, some people that own an RV, they tend to switch into another RV every 2, 3, 4 years, right? They might be upgrading the size of the RV. They might be looking for something that's newer. They might be looking for something that has more power or more features. But once you wire in or attach that AC, that Soft Start RV inside of your AC unit, not many people want to go and unwire that. So does that make sense, guys? This is why we offer the customers a reason to buy a second or a third or another Soft Start RV to add it to their new RV, if that makes sense. Okay? The Soft Startup, that is our plug and play device. Some people like to have a backup product, okay, in case the one they're using starts malfunctioning or whatever that might be. Okay? Prem, I saw you come off mute. Did you have a question?
No.
Yes. Did you have a question, Paul?
No.
Okay, good. Just wanted to check. All right. So this is what went out Klaviyo today. If we look at the campaigns that went out this morning, campaigns, here we go. So this went out this morning, and it was the same template.
Okay.
Again, so very, very simple intro. Here's the graphic. Here's the timer.
Okay.
And then you have
Okay.
the product, and then a short description. And for the email campaigns that we're doing, we mostly have it laid out something like this, where we have a small intro about an event or about a sale that we're running. Then they'll have the graphic, and we usually switch these out. We'll look at some of these in a moment, depending on the event or the sale that we might be running specifically. And then a small little copy of that, but the remainder of the messaging stays very, very similar. Sometimes we'll switch out the images. Sometimes we'll make the description about the product a lot shorter, but very, very simple. Now, from our brand, the offer is always, we charge no shipping fees to our customers. Every product that we sell to a customer is free shipping, okay? Every customer has 90 days to try out the product, and we don't charge a restocking fee. Do you guys know what a restocking fee is, Paul? Okay. So a restocking fee is when you no longer want the product. If you want to send it back,
Right.
Some companies will charge you a small percentage of the product to put it back in their warehouse. That is a restocking fee, meaning
Right.
adding it back to the stock that the company owns. We don't charge this. Some of our competitors do.
Okay.
Okay? So this will be the standard.
Okay.
Here's the bonuses or the benefits when you buy from us. Okay? Every product that is on sale, we give them a unique coupon code. Okay? And the naming convention for our coupon codes is usually the month, the year, and then the product, and then the discount off. So February 2026. Let me blow this up a little bit. Okay? So the coupon code for this product here, February 2026, this is the Soft Start Marine, as you'll see in the brand name.
Right.
And then it's $50 off. So the retail price for this is usually $399. Hence, we have the graphic 50 off, only $349 today. Does that make sense, guys? Okay. Now, as we run these campaigns and as we plan them out together, I will give you the coupon codes. I will also give you a link that when someone gets here, we'll link it up to where they go right to the shopping cart with the discount applied directly. Does that make sense? Right.
Yeah.
So for every campaign, I will produce the coupon code, and I'll also give you the unique links that, when someone clicks on this one, it'll add the well pump to their shopping cart. See? Well pump software with the discount, and there it is. And we do this because, again, you know, if someone's looking at this on a phone, right, they don't want.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Hello. Can I use this template, or do you want me to create a
So what we'll do is
new one?
so Paul, what I usually do is if I find a template is working well, I'll duplicate the template and I'll switch out the copy, I'll switch out the image, I might switch out the leading copy that goes into the sale, and obviously I update the timer, but usually the rest of this is usually it's a duplicate. I might, depending on if it's a holiday, I might switch out the images, and again, we'll work together on these and we'll discuss these ahead of time so you'll know, okay, when do I have to switch out the image? And you know, I use Canva, you know, or when do I have to switch out the copy? We'll plan all this ahead of time for every campaign. But you can reuse a lot of these images if they make sense.
Okay. Great.
All right.
Sheldon, Sid is asking to join the call. He's not.
Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Where is he? Hold on 1 sec. Okay, so there we go. Come on. Admits. Okay. All right. So Sid's back.
Yeah, sorry, my laptop died.
Oh, yeah, no worries, Sid. All right. So give me 1 second. Let me just start sharing again. Okay. So can you guys see my screen again?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. So Sid, when you got knocked off, Paul and Shipra got to see, you know, the campaigns we're running, the type of messaging, and, you know, all the stuff that goes in there. Essentially, most of our product emails are a bit of an intro about the sale or the holiday, a graphic that goes along with that, a little bit of copy. Go ahead, Sid.
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay, you saw that. Okay, good. All right, so then I'm just going to jump in here and let's run through a couple of these templates really quickly, so you guys can get a better feel of this. And you'll see, you know, this is the email I already sent out this morning, okay, to both our Klaviyo list and our list inside of ActiveCampaign. And I'll have to assign you guys your own logins to these two platforms. The sad thing is sometimes you have to get verifications to jump into Klaviyo. Hopefully that's not going to be a big problem. Just message me whenever you need, you know, that, okay? But let's look at some of our. Go ahead, Sid. Okay.
No, he was saying okay.
Oh, okay.
I guess.
All right. So a couple of things about our campaigns. Again, we get fairly high open rates with a lot of our emails. As you guys probably know, the standard open rate is somewhere around that 25 to 30% rate with generic emails. And again, all the emails we send are 95% sales emails. You know, unless there's something very, very heavy or changing in the industry, we really don't send out informational type emails. And it's something we'd like to do. It's just, again, we're always trying to get the end sale, okay? So we usually get good, strong open rates. 49% was last week's South Beach email that went out. 53%. And again, this is only a body of about 7,000 people, more or less, that opted in directly when they were buying. The remainder of the people that did not opt in directly, they're inside of ActiveCampaign. And you can see we do get, you know, some opens and some unique clicks, but again, it's just because we did not touch these folks for about 5 years. Hence the reason why some people either maybe they're not using the same emails, so they may no longer need it. But what we'd like to do is probably start incorporating some more educational, informational content or entertaining content, so we can get more of these folks to not just open more, but buy more. Okay, so just a little bit there. Let's look at some of the. We talked about the templates, and you'll see the pattern in them. So come on, templates, come on. Okay, so quick history. I mean, these templates that we're using right now, we went through a lot of different variations to find out what would work with our customers. Hence the reason we don't change and vary a whole lot on what the template kind of form, you know, what it's the shape of the template, if you will. Okay, we started doing emails that were very, very graphic, stuff like this. Okay, that we would get very little click through on because one, you guys know this, when the email gets too heavy in terms of how many kilobytes the message is, sometimes it'll get clipped inside of Gmail. That's one of those things that we work hard on doing. And if you look at my test email that went out this morning, this is one of them right here. If you click on that, you'll see that this message did not get clipped, even though it's very, very long. Okay, so whomever is going to be working with me, whether it's Paul and or Shipra, that's going to be working with me to copy and design the emails. We need to make sure we stay within a 120 kilobyte range, so the emails aren't like clipped off here when most people get them inside of Gmail. In my Hotmail address, Hotmail email, the whole message also comes up. When Doug or anyone else on the team, they also see the entire message. But you'd be amazed how many companies out there are getting their emails clipped and they don't even know it, which is why we tend to kind of stay away from super long emails with too many graphics that are somewhat unnecessary. Does that make sense, guys?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so going back in history, we tested a lot of different variations, all the way back to doing very, very, nebulous things like, let me see if I can find one of these. Yeah, so very institutional emails like this. We've tested messaging that's like this, that got literally no clicks whatsoever. And a lot of companies, they love to do these, very, very esoteric, artsy emails. This has not worked for our brand, most likely because our audience is 55 and older, the majority of them. It's only over the last 2 years we started noticing, 35 and over are kind of growing, but still, even the 35 and over, they don't respond to these artsy, esoteric type emails. When we send them a message, they want to be very specific to the industry, okay? They want to be something that they can take action on right away. And again, this is why we notice, those higher end open rates, because we use intros or the subject lines that are very, very curiosity driven. We don't put blatant sales, sales messages inside of our, messaging. Going back to our example here, where I showed you the subject line of this email, this is it. All it said was your early invite. And the reason I wrote it like that, I wanted the curiosity to happen in the person's mind. My early invite to what? Okay, you'll see I never use a pre-header. Why? I want that curiosity built here. When I see a long subject line like this, and then this there, it all blends into all the other sales emails I'm getting. When I see something like this, what does it do? It stands out, doesn't it? Do you guys see where I'm going with that? I use a lot of subject lines that are designed to really leave a hanging question of what are you talking about? What do you mean? What are you trying to show me here? Does that make sense, guys?
Yeah.
Okay, so when we are brainstorming our subject lines and our pre-headers, we keep it simple, but we work hard on just making it curiosity driven. I want someone to say, wait, what are you talking about? What's happening there? Okay? All right, so let's go back in here. So these are the templates that we found works the best. This was our Valentine's campaign that went out, and you'll see it's very much a duplicate, more or less with just a different graphic. Short copy, a timer, and then simple offer. Okay? Again, we can experiment with making these a little bit smaller, a little bit more dynamic, but very, very simple template that, again, we look at what generates sales, not what generates just, interest, so to speak. Sometimes when there's a weather event that could trigger the need for a sale, you'll see that we'll do something like this here. Okay, we recently had a major freeze come through the entire United States, so that was a reason for people to buy one of our soft starts to make their heater inside of their RV or run their generator, their residential AC units on a generator. That became important. Okay, so we'll run a sale where we trigger, oh yeah, what's this all about? The weather. Well, everybody knew the weather at that time. Then we'll talk about how the soft startup runs their space heaters, it runs their heat pumps, and it'll help run their central air heat pump, on a generator. This is just, again, the teaser that goes into, hey, here's the product, it's on sale. Here's the product, it's on sale. And again, no shipping fees, 90-day trial, no restocking fees. Okay? This is kind of what like I said, we found this works best and most efficient. So what we're going to be working hard on with your team is prepping our remaining campaigns to just have really nice opens, really nice graphics up the top to, get them queued up to buy something, and then go right into the sale, okay? Again, for every one of the campaigns, and we'll often use one coupon code per month for the sake of tracking, okay? But it'll always be, Sid and I was talking to Paul about this, it'll always be the month, the year, the product little detail we have. So the up is a soft start up, RV, soft start RV, okay? Home, soft start home. So you see the naming convention going through there, right? We keep it very simple, and then we also have the discount off, and we choose dollars instead of a percentage, okay? Because in testing, we found the dollars is a little bit more attractive than the number than just a percentage off, okay? But most of our templates will feel very much like what you're seeing there. Small copy, very short intro, and then go right to the sales. We're experimenting also with doing quotes, okay, or reviews from certain customers, and that would look something like this. So again, short intro, testimonial, coupon code, and we go right into the same thing.
Yeah, I think in this kind of thing, Prem is actually pretty good, and in terms of framing things, Kate and I can work. So, and we of course have all of these things to
Right.
go and make sure to know how the tone of the grammar is. So,
Right. So
I think this is an easy thing to do.
exactly. So what I've also done is I've outlined days or dates that might be event specific that's happening that we can structure campaigns and reminders around. Okay, all the way out through the end of March. And again, I have links and everything on there. I'll give you guys copies of this or access to this document, so you'll be able to build out these campaigns and these templates a lot easier too. Okay, so we'll plan out Q2 when we get to mid-March, end of March. We'll plan out Q2, and then we'll go to Q3 and the whole thing. All right, but I'll give you guys access to this document so that we'll all be on the same page. Does anyone have any questions here? No? Okay, good.
No, all good.
All right, perfect. So I think we're good for now. We've gone an hour and 20 minutes. Like I said, I've been recording this session, so I'm going to go ahead and render it out and send you guys this video. Doug, I'll copy both you and Brian on this.
Thank you.
But, as far as things are going, what I want to do is take this week and focus more on just the SEO content and starting, planning that whole thing out and hopefully getting the first couple of pages up by Friday or so. And we'll focus, that'll give Doug, myself, and Brian the time to get our YouTube ads prepared to hand it to you guys. Sid, I'll get you access to our Google Ads campaign as well as our GA4 and our Google Tag Manager account. I'll get those logins to you. And with respect to...
Are the conversions and everything working, or do I have to test those out?
We need to test those.
Okay.
We need to test them, okay? I will also work on getting you guys your access to these email platforms because, I already sent out this campaign today. I need to send out a reminder on Wednesday. Ideally, I'd like to send about 3 emails per week to the audience. If anyone's unhappy, they can certainly unsubscribe, and we're okay with that. We're not worried about, anyone like that. Anyone that I notice bouncing, I go ahead and I just suppress them right away so we don't have future bounces or whatever else. And the big reason why we have a secondary email domain on ActiveCampaign is so that it does not pollute our sending domain with Klaviyo. Okay? So, again, as we do more and more of this, you guys will be more comfortable with all this stuff. But any questions with regard to what we're going to be doing with the SEO things?
No, I think all good. I'll review the documents that you were sharing with us on the start.
Yeah.
And then we can have a call sometime this week.
Yeah, I think you and I should probably have another call maybe tomorrow to really get the first couple pages done. And I'll record that as well too, so that Shipra and Paul can have that. But I want to get the first couple of pages built and launched this week by Friday or so. And then they'll give us time to record the videos and get you the details for the YouTube campaigns, like the channels that we wanted the ads to run on. And then with respect to email, we can get together again on Friday and talk about the emails that, we'll do a build together for an email, and then we'll, queue that up for the next week. But then you guys will take the reins for emails as of next week. Okay?
Okay, done.
All right. Doug, do you have any questions or are you good to go?
I'm really excited.
All right.
And I'm really grateful that you guys are going to help Sheldon because you can see that he is overloaded. And we need to move forward. And I'm excited to see you again, Sid, and to see your team. I'm really, I think this could be, like a ongoing campaign because Sheldon's not going to get, he's not going to grow another brain, but maybe he can share his brain and you can help us actually grow this business another $10 million.
Sure.
All right, guys. Okay, so let's close it up. Doug, I guess, am I seeing you today at 2 p.m. or are we on tomorrow for 2 p.m. for the SEO call?
I was trying to see if we could schedule Dan and you at 12 o'clock. Is that possible?
I've got another session at 12. Can we just shift till tomorrow then? If we can't, I can't do 12.
I'll have to move it till tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah, please. All right. Okay, so that's it, guys. We'll talk later. Okay, Sid, I'll send you another meeting invite
All right, done,
tomorrow.
done.
Okay.
Thank you, Doug.
Thank you.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye. Bye.